Before we get into today's podcast, I would like to announce that this podcast is sponsored, well, not really sponsored, but sponsored by DeNali by Natalie. This is my older sister's business Instagram where she makes crafts from upcycled materials. So, if you want anything, just hit her up, let her know what you want, and yeah. Now back to today's podcast.
What is going on, everybody? This is episode 5 of the Chaotic Banter podcast. I'm here with Kevin, like always. And on this episode, we're going to be discussing some more of the trailers that came out this week. And, of course, we're going to go ahead and go talk about Bumblebee. So, Kevin, take it away.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was nice. I liked the whole, they had the original designs from the old cartoon. And it doesn't take away from the film. It actually blends in pretty nicely. Even though, yeah, it's like the weird, I'm not gonna lie, the original designs are kind of boxy and look kind of like off-putting to today's standards, but the translation through film actually looks really nice the way they did it too.
Yeah, I think with like the original Transformers movies, well, the ones that came out, like, they had like more realistic, gritty designs, and so I'm sure that, like, for me, for example, it's a shame, but I don't remember the classic cartoons all too well, but I used to watch them all the time on VHS tapes. And so, yeah, like you said, a lot of those like designs are boxy, but I love them, and it's kind of like sometimes when you're translating things to film, it's not always going to look as good. But I think they pulled it off with this, man. I really like it. It gave me a lot of nostalgic vibes, and I don't know, I really like it, man. I really like what they're doing with this movie.
And I like also how, the problem with the original, like the other Transformer movies, is they focus a bit too much on the human characters. But now, we only have one, like pretty much just one human character.
Yeah.
And it's the girl. And I think, like, I guess her boyfriend or whatever. That's what I'm guessing. But it's mainly going to just focus on her and her relationship with Bumblebee. Which is always nice, because Bumblebee was always the one who always likes to befriend humans.
Yeah.
And, John Cena is like the villain.
Are you sure about that?
Kinda.
Is he? Is he the villain?
He starts off as like the villain, like military villain, typical one. And then I guess he joins forces with them and whatnot. So
okay. John Cena.
John Cena.
Dude, John Cena wasn't in the movie. I didn't see him anywhere.
Where is he? It's just a uniform.
Oh, is he the invisible character?
John Cena!
Nah, but yeah, like Kevin was saying, with a lot of the other Transformers movies, Michael Bay, first of all, I'm not sure if he still had like producer credits on this movie, but he's not directing it, he's not writing the script, he's not anywhere near this movie, so it's completely new. It's almost like a reboot in a way, right? And I think that's a good thing, because I think that's honestly what this franchise needed, because I was a big fan of the first Transformers movie, and then like I felt like after that, it just kept, nothing new, same stuff, action, explosion. And like you said, they took a lot of time with the human characters. There's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is when your human characters aren't interesting, when they're wooden, they're just not, And so I think with this movie, like you said, it's focusing a lot on the relationship with the girl and Bumblebee. And Bumblebee, he's always been like the most relatable or likable character, just because he likes being around humans and stuff. So I hope they do a good job with it. From what I saw, I really like it. And man, that new trailer, bro,
it was crazy. All the action looks amazing and intense.
It looks so good. I had a nerdgasm when I saw Cybertron.
Oh my god.
Dude, it looked good.
I know it does. But the one thing I like that they actually kept from the Michael Bay movie films is that Bumblebee still can't really talk. So it kind of makes it like it's still like a unique character trait that he possesses. Trying to actually like talk to the girl and like communicate and get like become friends and whatnot. So
in a way, you know what's interesting is in a way that kind of makes him more like, how do I put it?
Like extraterrestrial.
Yeah, and then also the audience, like, it's kind of like animals in movies. Like, you feel more like whenever the animal is in danger, like you feel more for it because it can't speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to do like it's supposed to be kind of like an ET relationship, like ET and the boy.
Yeah,
they can't really communicate that well, but they still find a way to befriend each other and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's a really good formula. Like if done right, it always works. So I think they're gonna do a good job with it. Optimus Prime was in the trailer, man.
Yeah, but yeah, that was cool seeing like Optimus Prime in there, and you got to see there was like an image I think of Megatron. Was it?
I didn't see Megatron.
It was like, you know, that hologram. Maybe they're talking about Starscream because when those other I think they're Autobots. I'm not sure. They showed the military guys like a hologram of this one Decepticon, I think. Yeah. I don't know if it was Starscream or Megatron in it. And they're like, this guy's a threat and it'll be coming and whatnot. I don't know who it was exactly. Maybe.
I think it might have been Starscream.
Yeah. Or, because I don't know, because one of them was blue, right? Because the blue Transformer, I don't know the actual name of the races of them, but whatever.
Yeah.
The blue one is evil because that one was fighting Bumblebee.
The Decepticon.
Yeah, it was a Decepticon, but it didn't seem like a Decepticon because they're talking to the military. Maybe they're pretending to be good and saying that Bumblebee is a threat, so then that's probably why the military went to go capture him.
I'm sure it's one of those cases where, like, there's bad ones out there and the military's met the bad ones, and therefore, since they see Bumblebee, they're gonna think he's bad too, since he's the same species, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I really like the extraterrestrial feel they're going for, like you said. You know, I think it's gonna be pretty damn cool, and I've always watched the Transformers movies. I don't know, I've always loved them, but from a story writing perspective, yeah, they're lackluster. They're pretty trash. But I think, you know, the fact that there's a new director, a new vision behind this, and they're rebooting the whole franchise, I think this has the potential to be something really special, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to watch it.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so now we're going to talk about another movie that recently had, it was not like a reboot, but it was like a kind of like a spin-off or sequel. Yeah. Sort of. We're going to be talking about Creed 2. You know, we usually talk about pretty nerdy stuff on here, but we also do movies, and the first Creed movie was, I enjoyed it a lot. Are you gonna fucking say it? If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
Dude, literally, after I watched the Creed 2 trailer, I fucking looked up the thing with Apollo versus Drago, and then also with Rocky versus him.
Dude, that's like, man, you know, okay. So like for me, this franchise, it actually has kind of a little special meaning to me because my dad, he used to love Sylvester Stallone, the actor. And I used to watch all the movies with him. He introduced me to Rambo. He introduced me to Rocky. And I actually ended up loving those movies so much. My damn dog's name is Rocky, all right? So that shows you how much my dad liked the movies, you know? He named our dog after him. But yeah, man. So, like, the movies, they always inspired me, too, you know? Growing up, like, they always inspired me to, like, you know, whether it was working out or whatever, just to, you know, work my hardest and whatnot. And the movie with Drago in it, that movie, it's kind of hard because I love them all, but honestly, that one's kind of my favorite, man, because I watch it so many times, and literally every time I watch it, it's still good. It's just, it gives me goosebumps, you know? And
oh, sorry, keep going.
No, you can go.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of like I didn't like about Rocky 4 was the boxing match. Like the boxing, because like, you know, the other previous Rockies, the boxing matches were pretty like, they looked not realistic, but they looked pretty like they looked like boxing.
They were
like
more
the fights with like Rocky versus Drago. It looks very like scripted, and it doesn't really look like they're actually boxing each other. They're just like waiting to punch, and he's like, "Ha! I'm gonna hit you in the face." Sort of thing. It was still intense though. It was very tense, but yeah.
And I agree with you. And I think when it comes to filmmaking, that's one thing that's tricky is whenever you're doing something like that, like you're directing like a boxing match, for example. I mean, obviously we know we're watching a movie, we know it's scripted, but as a director, I think you have to try your very best to like make it not feel that way, you know. And like you said, like the way the first few movies are choreographed, like, you know, it gets a sense, it's like a sense of grittiness, like damn, like, you know what I mean? I know this is kind of a weird analogy, but if you even take it back to like the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, whenever he's fighting Green Goblin at the very end, it's so gritty, it's so brutal. You feel every punch. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I don't know. Like I think that's one thing that the first Creed movie got pretty right, is that I think they did a good job of displaying that. You know. And so taking it to the Creed now. So like Kevin said, so it's kind of like a little spin-off. Some people were kind of like, I don't know, it's funny because it's kind of predictable. Like it's like, oh, what is it gonna be, Apollo's son? Obviously it was. And then they were like, oh, who's gonna be in the sequel? Is it gonna be Apollo's son versus Drago's son? And that's literally what they're giving us, you know. So I mean, you know, but damn man, like I gotta say that trailer gave me goosebumps, bro.
Dude, that shit was intense. Like it was like, you could feel the weight, like the weight of all the emotions and that's gonna be going on in the movie and everything.
Yes, dude. I was getting like, man, I was getting goosebumps, bro. I was getting vibes like this was like an event.
Yeah, like after seeing like the whole like a montage of them training, shit, I want to go hit the gym and shit, but you know my ass is lazy, so.
For real, it made me want to get my lazy ass up and go to the gym. I was like, all right.
Fuck. That shit just, I just really like how now the fight scenes, especially for the boxing, it looks so intense.
It looks really
like wailing on each other and everything too.
Tell me why this boxing movie looks better than most boxing fights these days, head ass.
That's so damn true. But magic of film.
I know, right, dude? And then I even like the DMX. They threw in DMX in there for the soundtrack, and it really did a good job. Like I got pumped. I was like, damn. So like, I think the music, because like you, Kevin, he studies film in college, you know, so he has a lot more, his knowledge on this is a lot more extensive than mine. But obviously, music is so important when you're making a movie, and I think with this one, oh man, if they get the music right, like kind of like how it was in the trailer, dude, it's gonna be really epic.
Dude, yeah. Like I really want to watch that. Like I got more. Because I'd never really been into boxing that much. My grandpa, actually, he used to box a lot when he was younger.
Okay, yeah.
And I've always been kind of interested because, you know, especially for my family and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, most of my family and their friends, the only sports they would really watch was boxing matches and stuff.
Really?
And we would have, like, get-togethers with my parents and their friends, and they would all watch some boxing matches and whatnot.
Yeah.
Later on, like, now, I'm actually more interested into it. And actually like watching it, and I have some friends here that actually do boxing, and I don't know, like now I'm more like, now that I'm more interested in the sport, watching films and other things that have to do with it intrigue me even more. So
exactly. And you know, it's funny because I'm the exact same way. Like I had the exact same background growing up. Like I said, I watched the Rocky movies with my dad, and you know, we loved it. But aside from that, like as far as boxing went, we wouldn't really watch any boxing matches, and it wasn't until like later on where we both started watching more boxing matches together on TV. And then me, when I lived out on my own, when I first started college, I had a rent house with two of my best friends, and they both were really into martial arts and boxing, and they got me into it to the point where we all bought like this boxing bag, this punching bag, and we hung it in one of our rooms, and then we would each use it to train. And even I got into it, you know. I got myself some UFC gloves, and I would train with it, whatnot. And you know, I also started watching old Mike Tyson fights, and I really got into it. You know, I really got into the sport. And so like now, you know, I'm just like you. Like I have a different perspective on it, and I know people who box too. So seeing this movie, like I said, it just felt like an event. It felt like, damn, if you're gonna advertise a boxing movie, that's how you do it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hell
man. If
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. If we're lucky enough, what was I gonna? Dang, what was I gonna say?
Anthony and I will have a boxing match.
Oh, dude. I was gonna say if this video gets 100 views, we'll have a boxing match and donate the money to charity. Headass.
Fuck that, that's for me. No, I was kidding.
I was gonna say if we're lucky enough, the boxing match in this movie will be good as the what's it called? That one fight that just recently happened.
KSI Logan Paul.
Oh my
This shit
god.
better not fucking end in a draw, goddamn.
I know this is kind of a little off topic, but it's kind of what we do. Kevin, you stay in Rome and tell us about I don't follow any of that crap, that YouTube stuff, especially Logan Paul. I don't really care about the guy, but Kevin, one day out of the blue, he started talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, man, they have this whole fight planned out. And
Yeah, because the thing is, I've been watching KSI for a long time. Like, a lot of the original YouTubers, I've been watching them for like 10 years, ever since they started.
what does he do?
KSI is one of them.
What does he do?
So, huh?
Like, what does he do?
He was like a gaming channel first, and then he started doing like comedy skits, all this other like random stuff, and then he started into the music, and then he got into like boxing, and he's very different. His channel is very different now than what it used to be. So he's funny though. He's like super fucking unfunny, and he changed a lot. A lot of people don't like how he kind of drifted off to do his own thing, but I was like, you know what? I've been watching him this long, and I still enjoy his content, so I'm gonna keep watching him.
Yeah. And those are the best kinds of content creators on YouTube. But yeah, so Kevin told me about it, and then I guess you went to the pub, like down in, because don't forget, Kevin stays in Rome, Italy. So you went to the pub or something, and everyone was watching it.
Nah, bitch. No, I had my friends come over and we watched it all together.
Oh, you watched it at your house?
Yeah.
You watched it at your small ass little ugly apartment?
Yep.
Oh,
it's not
awesome.
ugly. It's okay.
Awesome.
It's not ugly, right, bitch? Your ass. You know what? Fuck you.
I'm just playing.
You're not invited again.
Dude, whenever I went to stay with this dude for 2 weeks, he let me he made a mattress for me. And
I
the
had
mattress,
a fucking inflatable mattress just for him.
it wasn't even all the way inflated.
Hey, I fixed the problem, okay?
He fixed the problem when I was there like the last 2 days. I was like, all right. Thanks,
Well,
I guess.
Maybe you should lose some fucking weight. How about that?
Nah.
Deflated by mattress, goddammit.
Nah. I enjoy those times. I miss you, friend.
Alright, we got very off topic.
That's what we do. But yeah, so okay, to discuss the next trailer, Kevin, take it away.
Alright, we are talking about the new, it's part of the Harry Potter world,
Expelliarmus,
who?
Expecto Patronum,
The fuck up.
Leviosa.
It's Leviosa. Oh, Leviosa.
Leviosa. Okay, but yeah, what was your reactions, Anthony?
She's so. You need to use this pickup line next time you see a girl. You need to be like,
What?
You need to be like, hey, do you watch Harry Potter? And then if she's like, yeah, then you need to be like, you're so hermosa, you made my heart leviosa.
Oh, wow.
Get it? Because it's a.
Getting a fucking number ever.
Hey, I already have a girlfriend, so I'm good.
Oh, fuck you. I don't.
You hear that? Kevin's single, so if you're listening to this podcast, hey, hop in those DMs, take your shot.
Hell yeah.
But
God damn.
we went from discussing the Fantastic Beasts trailer to talk about Kevin's DMs. Okay.
Oh my god. Let me just plug that shit real quick.
But yeah, man. So I'll honestly go out and say that the Harry Potter franchise, out of every cinematic universe you could say out there, and you know, they probably have like the most, like the best one.
Yes.
8. Okay, first of all, 8 movies. Okay, adapting it from a book. If you want to talk about comic accurate per se, these movies take the cake, bro. Like these movies, like they follow the novel so well, and they do change things here and there, but they respect the source material. And I think a big part of that is because they work with J.K. Rowling herself, you know?
Yeah.
And so, dude, like, I'm telling you, like me and Kevin, we both grew up with these movies, and actually we don't talk about it enough, but yeah, like these movies, we grew up with this franchise. And honestly, when I heard about a Fantastic Beasts spinoff, I was kind of like, what's that? Like, you know, like there's the cool thing about these new recent movies is they're not adapting them from anything. Okay, there's no novels. It's like you know.
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yo, I know the Fantastic Beasts. It was like, it wasn't a novel, but it was like a little.
You're right.
Booklet.
You're right.
Not booklet.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Did that come out before the movie though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, but see what I'm.
I don't know what we're talking about. People probably correct us. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. If we're missing something,
I'll Google it. I'll Google it when I'm editing.
if we're missing something, you Harry Potter purists, come and crucify us. Like, let us know. You know, like.
Well, just be gentle.
It's not pronounced expecto patronum. It's pronounced expecto patronum.
Shut the fuck up.
Jeez, I hate it when they get it wrong.
Alright, but
okay.
I love how I forgot his name, but the Muggle character, he's back.
Oh yeah.
Like, he was really good in the first film. He was super funny. And then when he, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it now, that's your fault. But when he lost his memory,
yeah,
it was very sad. It was like, damn, man.
You know,
lose his memory.
Yeah, I know. My sister, I saw this with my sister and 2 of my friends, and I actually saw it with Jordan, dude.
Oh, really?
I got Jordan to start watching the Harry Potter movies whenever we lived in a rent house. And at first he was like, I don't know, but then he watched him and he actually liked him. This dude has like the biggest crush on Hermione.
Oh shit, everyone did, dude.
I know, right? But
Hermione.
Yeah, man, like he, you know, so he didn't finish watching the frame. I don't think we made it past movie 4 because, you know, just things happen, whatever. But he went to go see it and he liked it, you know. And this is someone who isn't really familiar with the books, isn't really familiar with the, you know, the source material, and he loved it. And like you were saying at the end, whenever he lost his memory, the Muggle character, it was pretty sad. My sister, she's like us. She read all the books and whatnot, and she's seen the movies, and she cried or whatever. But, you know, I think they kind of hinted at it at the end that he didn't really lose it.
Yeah, I had a feeling that I was like, maybe it didn't work on him.
Yeah, because, like, the girl or whatever, he still knew her, didn't he? Because she came into the bakery or...
Well, he had, like, a feeling... I think it's going to be more like, certain things are going to trigger his memory.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is going to happen. But, I don't know, dude, like, the action, like, the sequences in the film with, like, the effects and then the action, it was overwhelming, but it was, like, really good overwhelming. Like, me and, like, Anthony and I, when we watched the trailer, like, we were Skyping and, like, watching trailers before we were recording these episodes, and when we watched this trailer, we were dead silent.
And it wasn't
like the whole thing.
Exactly, and it wasn't one of those like bad dead silences where it's like, is that it? It was one of those dead silences where it's like, I don't know what to do with my life right now. Can this movie come out tomorrow, goddamn?
I know, right? Like, damn, like I was looking at it, and then it ended. I was like, no. Why?
It's one of those, and the crazy thing is, the thing that makes the Harry Potter universe so damn good is just how intricate and complex the characters are, the stories, the plot twists.
The world, like how, like all the
yes.
like, the set rules and like different departments of the wow, I can't pronounce it. Wizardly.
The Wizarding World.
Fucking magic world. How like it's so intricate and there's so many like details and like lore. I love it.
It sounded like someone cast a spell on you, goddamn.
I know, fun.
The Wizarding Stutteriosa, head ass. But yeah, man, that's like one thing that, okay, a huge franchise like this, that's one thing that's so hard is you're bound to run into plot holes and contradictions and stuff the more bigger a series gets. But Harry Potter, they've just, J.K. Rowling and, you know, the studio, they've done such a good job of avoiding that and not doing that. It's just like, oh my goodness, like, that's why I think this universe is better than any other universe, honestly. It's just written so well. And like you said, the first movie, you know, introducing us to new characters, you know, especially after a huge 8-movie series like Harry Potter, you know, it's not easy, okay?
Yeah, it's not.
And
you're always gonna compare back to the original.
Exactly. And one thing I really like is they didn't. Okay, this is another anime comparison. Look at Naruto, okay? Everything you did. Now look at Boruto. The problem with Boruto is that instead of coming up with new original characters, you're basically coming up with like, okay, this is this person's son, this is this person's son, and that's why there's gonna. I mean, obviously there's gonna be critiques, there's gonna be judgment, but with the Fantastic Beasts movies, they came up with new characters like Newt and the other chick, I forgot what her name was, but you know, they came up with, they introduced us to new fresh characters, and they, in this movie, which I'm really excited about, they're introducing us to old characters. Like, we get introduced to old Dumbledore.
Young version of Dumbledore.
Oh, did I say old?
Yeah.
Oh, heck no. Yeah, I mean young.
Idiot. Oh, they won't ever know because I will never release that fucking.
If we ever make it to 100K subscribers, we'll release this amateur movie that Kevin filmed when he lived in London.
It's good for like that one quote that I did, and it's so bad. But
we made the entire movie like in an hour.
It was 2 hours, and I actually ended up like winning out of everyone in my class, so.
Oh my gosh, it was so.
That either says how good it was or how bad everyone else was.
It has Austin Powers music in it.
So, you know, it's pretty fucking good.
All right, yeah,
Right, so
I guess.
The young Dumbledore.
We're getting so off topic with this one, but.
I know.
But yeah, man, like. And then also Grindelwald, you know, he was mentioned several times in the original Harry Potter series, and you know, like he was like a powerful wizard. That's basically what you got. Like, okay, he was up there with like Dumbledore, you know, and I'm so excited, especially since he's getting played by Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Yes.
Johnny Depp, to me, he's kind of like, you know, and I might be wrong here, but you know, he's like kind of like he's one of those actors who. He just dwells so deeply into each of his roles, and you know he's gonna give, you know, every role is just so good. And some people say that like especially recently, like some of his they just feel the same, but some of his roles or the characters he's played, but everything we saw in the new trailer, it was amazing. It was just incredible.
That shit just looks really good, and it really captures the old intensity and like the world from the original Harry Potter. Cause the first Fantastic Beasts, I think it was kind of like playing it safe a little bit. You know, they had a few magic. They had like magic spells, but it wasn't like over the top. It was a few every now and then. But this one, it was like they're like, all right, we're ready to actually go like more all out.
Exactly. And
I want to watch it a lot. I don't know why I keep stuttering for all these videos and shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. But yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You have a curse on you. I need to pray for you.
All right.
But yeah, man. Yeah, and then like you said, it really looks like this is one of those movies where you watch the trailer and you're like, dude, that's a freaking movie you watch on the big IMAX screen.
Mm-hmm. I wish they had IMAX over here, but
damn, they don't.
Nope.
Is it as big as like the movie theater, the mom one here, at least?
It's bigger than that. They're actually really nice. The cool thing about the theaters here is that the big theaters have a bathroom. Like it's not like it's like inside,
Yeah.
but it's like in the corner of the actual room, so you don't have to actually leave the theater and you miss out on what's going on. You can still hear it, but you won't see it for a few like a minute or two when you're using the restroom. But you're still in like the theater, and you also hear everything that's still going on.
That is genius.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. Because especially during Infinity War, when we went to go watch it, I didn't go during, but like, I went before and also went during the credits. And I was like, I was worried that when I was gonna watch it, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to pee, but I don't want to miss anything in the movie.
That's like
But
the worst.
it's literally right there, so I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about like missing everything.
Fun fact: whenever I went to Italy, their bathrooms are they're way different than ours here in America. And I remember going into a bathroom and like literally there's no toilet or anything. It's just like a hole in the ground, and I was like, I need help.
Like, that's that one bathroom you went to. All the other bathrooms are like normal bathrooms.
Are you sure? I was like, what do I do?
That was just one of them, because like a lot of them, they don't have the hole in the ground.
I was like, Kevin, can you come here and help me?
Nah. The only thing is like their toilets are.
Well,
I don't know why we're talking about this, but they're shorter. Like they're a lot lower to the ground.
Well, see, a lot of it was like that. It wasn't just like at that restaurant we went to. It was like that a lot, like that club and stuff like that. But if you want to talk about like houses and stuff like that, yeah, the bathrooms are pretty much the same. Yeah.
All right, that's a weird fucking like transition.
Hey, that's your fun fact for today.
How are Italian bathrooms?
Italian smash.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't fucking wait for My Hero Academia.
Oh yes. All right. Let's start. We gotta finish this. Talk about this.
Yeah, I know. We're not gonna talk about that, but we're just gonna finish this. Then we'll talk about that shit another video.
Yeah. But yeah. So one thing too that I kind of went unnoticed, is Credence is back. He's played by Ezra Miller, which if you don't know him, he's a really good actor. Recently he was a Flash, in Justice League, and in the first movie, like, I think his story arc was really good. I actually felt for him, and I was like, damn, like, it's just one of those cases where you have such a tortured individual, like, and you feel for them because their life, the way things are going, I mean,
Yeah. That's true.
So it's kind of, you can't stop what's gonna, happen to him eventually. And so...
Yeah, but I don't know, it's kind of confusing. Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna explain, but at the end of the first movie, it looked like he died.
He didn't die, though. No.
So I'm kind of confused. I'm like, how are you back?
I know that's true, and if you see him in this movie, the other character I wanted to mention, Nagini is in this movie, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't know Nagini, and you're like, you don't remember the Harry Potter movies, the big snake that Voldemort carried with him all the time, that was Nagini. And up until this point, we were led to believe that it was just like a snake, and obviously she was a Horcrux, which was like a part of his soul or whatever was split into her. But we didn't know like if it was like a real person or not, or if it was like I forgot the names of people that can shapeshift into animals, But like no one knew, and I guess now it's confirmed basically that this movie takes place a long time before that, but she's able to shapeshift into her animal form, and the actress was actually talking about, I believe, she was talking about the character and stuff, and she was saying that it's very interesting because obviously this is before all of that, and her character in this movie, she's somebody who wants to be human, like she wants to be human, and she kind of struggles with her other side. And I think that's honestly what's going to bring her and Credence together, because if you watch in one of the first trailers, they're standing together on top of like a roof or something, and then he flies off into like his other form. But I think that's what's gonna connect them in the movie, is that they're both from kind of that same background, like they both have something inside of them that they struggle with, and but
I'm gonna mention this, but this is actually like a real spoiler, because it's kind of like on the lore, the background of Nagini, and like the reason why she gets turned to a snake. So I'm gonna put like a little timetable, like what's that called, I'm gonna put down what time you have to skip, so you don't have to hear this, so it doesn't like ruin it for you in the movie when it comes out. But I'm about to say in like 3, 2, and 1.
Spoilers.
I was watching this lore video on YouTube, and he mentioned how the Nigiri, like, you know how she wants to be human, where it's like a curse, not really like how you know how Sirius Black, they can like change it to
Oh, you're right.
He said it's kind of like that, but her curse is more like at a certain point she won't be able to turn back into human. She will stay a snake.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're completely correct.
So it's like, it's kind of different. I don't really know the details on it, but yeah, that's actually really interesting, because a lot of people are like, well, if she could turn to human, if she was a human, how come she never turned to a human when she was a Voldemort and whatnot? And then this is why.
Yeah, that's very interesting, and that actually makes her story more tragic, because I can already tell that her character, by the way, I love the actress who's playing her. You know, I think she's gonna do a good job. But yeah, that's one thing that makes it really tragic, is, you know, it's inevitable. You know, it's just gonna be tragic. You know, whenever she can't turn back, and I don't know, it's gonna make for a good story. But yeah, man, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, those are the trailers that came out this past like couple weeks. Good, there's some good shit. There's some good shit, man.
Especially that Captain Marvel trailer, yeah, that took the cake.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. If you guys want to hear about Captain Marvel, click the previous video. You know, like the part 1 of this. It will be in the description below. I'll have the video pop up at the end. You know, like boom, boom, there it is. And yeah.
Why does the Captain Marvel trailer feel like it's from the Star Wars universe? And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Alright.
Her.
I feel like this video is way better than the first one.
Hero.
Huh?
Oh, I feel like this, yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, we had more energy.
We had more energy because, I don't know, fuck. So we're more excited for these movies.
Disclaimer, I'll put a disclaimer, like, you know, we get better in the second video. Yeah. Alright, well then, you know, we'll see you guys next time for episode 6.
Yup, and I know we mentioned this at the very, if you've been with us since the beginning, we mentioned at the beginning that, you know, we want to make this a very like diverse podcast in terms of like the subjects we cover. And, you know, me and Kevin, we grew up with anime. Kevin more so. This man is an anime freaking, he's a weeaboo, okay? He's a weeb. He's a weeb.
Oh, kinda, yeah. Okay.
Like, this dude knows every damn anime when it comes out. But yeah, eventually that's what we want to get to, and hopefully with our next video or one of the next ones, that's what we'll discuss. And what better way?
Sure, I think we might talk about My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Soon, like the recent like ending of the season, and also we're probably gonna talk about, you know, how we got into anime and how we grew up and like why we like it and whatnot. So
exactly,
for anime fans out there, you know, you're in for a treat. Well, I think, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but yeah.
Nani?
All right, bye guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you know, we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.